On the lakefront in Winnetka in the late 1920s, a family built a compound of 3 houses in a row that people call the fairy tale houses. This one, which we're going into, was done in an English style, and you'll see some of the great castle-like details inside when we go in. There are all these great details out here, like the leaded glass. There are beautiful beams carved, tucked into the stucco. Feels like a little English cottage brought over from England. But what we learn is it was actually the craftsmen who were brought over who built the house here. Let's go on in and see some of the details inside. This is Sarah Tate, the agent selling the house. Sarah, when I was outside, I was talking about the fairy tale nature of the compound. But when we walk in here, I feel like I'm in, I don't know what fairy tale takes place in England, but I'm in merry old England in this room.
It's just an absolutely beautiful, richly paneled Tudor home. The paneling is just from artisans in Europe that did this workmanship. You have this beautiful plaster parge work ceiling that is just totally unique to this area. And to have this sort of workmanship in Winnetka is just absolutely fabulous. You have an organ loft that was built in the late 20s, and that is an absolute unique feature to this home.
But as we were told, they never did end up putting an organ in,
absolutely,
right?
They didn't actually put the organ in.
But what's interesting is it makes the sort of distinction. We've got the bay on one end of the room, and then this organ loft. It feels like
this grand living room.
Oh yeah, it's
absolutely
terrific.
Grand, and this grand fireplace with these gargoyles that are absolutely, the stonework is absolutely unmatched, as you can see. And
it's really hard to believe, both in the scale and the details, like these dragons and the colored panels in the leaded glass that show knights and other sort of figures.
Yes,
it's amazing.
It's amazing, the sort of workmanship that's here, and it's, you know, strictly from Europe, and you didn't have craftsmen like this.
And then from this room, we go, there's sort of a distinction because it's dark, rich and warm in here, and then we go into a very bright white dining room.
Yes, a banquet-sized dining room that is just absolutely beautiful too. Perfect for family functions and entertaining. And it has beautiful plasterwork ceiling and walls. Totally something you couldn't create today.
No, I don't think you could. I don't think you could. We should also mention there's a nice sunroom here looking out at the lake. There's an office tucked behind this room.
An office, and then we have two bedrooms actually, but it's turned into a master bedroom suite. It, again, looks out onto the lake through lead glass windows.
Leaded glass windows.
So they're everywhere, and it's just so special.
I like the barrel vaulted ceilings.
The barrel vaulted and in the room and in all the rooms. It's just carries that fairy tale feeling of merry old England, as you were mentioning.
Let's go back and take a look at the kitchen because there's a little bit more of the story back there.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Sarah, the reason I wanted to come into this kitchen and show it is that the first time I saw it, I thought it might be contemporary. It looks like it could be in the pages of Dwell magazine, which is super hot and trendy, but it's actually an older kitchen than that.
It is. It's a couple of decades old, but it is a poke and pole kitchen, and those are timeless. And as you can see, it's beautiful wood and
nice pulls. We got to mention those chrome pulls look really good.
Great chrome pulls, great space, eat-in kitchen. Loads of storage, and everyone knows in your kitchen you want that loads of storage.
Right. Now what we have at the moment is 2 bedrooms upstairs. They're sort of remote from the other 2 bedrooms we already saw. We might want to do something, right? When coming in, I might want to add some bedrooms somehow.
Well, and you could. There is undeveloped space on the other side, and the owner's husband is an architect, and he had looked into plans of having it so you could move across to the other side and have additional bedrooms put on the other side. So there is room for expanding.